right now. At this exact moment, there is a tax being collected from you. Not by the government, not by your bank, not by anyone you can call or complain to. It operates without your consent, without your knowledge, and without stopping. It does not care whether you are working or sleeping, whether you are careful with money or careless. It takes from everyone, every single day. And the people who do not understand how it works lose tens of thousands of dollars to it over their lifetime without ever knowing what happened. That tax has a name. It is called inflation. And today, you are going to understand it in a way that changes every financial decision you make from this point forward. Welcome to the Wealth Blueprint. Inflation is one of the most discussed economic concepts in the world, and one of the least understood. Most people hear the word and think of rising prices, grocery bills that feel slightly heavier every month, gas that costs more than it did 2 years ago, the vague feeling that everything is getting more expensive while your paycheck stays roughly the same. That feeling is real, but it is only the surface of what inflation actually does to your financial life. Today, we are going deeper. We are going to look at what inflation actually is at a mechanical level, how it interacts with your savings, how it silently destroys wealth that you thought was safely stored, and most importantly, what the people who consistently protect and grow their wealth during inflationary periods do differently. Let us start with the simplest possible definition. Inflation is the gradual reduction of purchasing power of a unit of currency over time. What that means in practice: $100 today does not buy what $100 bought 10 years ago, and $100 10 years from now will not buy what $100 buys today. If inflation runs at 3% per year, which has been roughly the historical average in the United States over the past century, then something that costs $100 today will cost approximately $134 in 10 years, and $180 in 20 years. Your $100 did not change, but what it can purchase quietly shrank to less than half. Now here is where it gets personally devastating for most people. The average American keeps a significant portion of their liquid savings in a standard checking or savings account. The average interest rate on a traditional savings account in the United States is approximately 0.4% annually. Inflation runs at 3%, which means every dollar sitting in that standard account is losing approximately 2.6% of its purchasing power per year. Every year. Silently. Automatically. On $10,000. That is $260 of real purchasing power lost annually. On $50,000. That is $1,300 per year, gone. Not to a thief, not to a bad investment, just to the invisible tax of inflation operating on idle money. Over 20 years at 3% inflation, $10,000 in a standard savings account, earning 0.4%, becomes approximately $8,200 in real purchasing power terms. You still see $10,000 on the statement. But that number can only buy what $8,200 could buy when you deposited it. The account grew slightly in nominal terms, but you lost nearly $2,000 in real wealth without a single penny being removed. This is the mechanism that destroys the savings of millions of careful, responsible, hardworking people. Not recklessness, not bad decisions, just money sitting in the wrong place while inflation does its quiet work. Now let us talk about why inflation exists. Because understanding the cause is the first step to protecting yourself from the effect. Central banks like the Federal Reserve in the United States target a specific inflation rate, typically around 2% annually. They do this deliberately, because a small, consistent amount of inflation encourages economic activity. When people expect their money to be worth slightly less next year, they are incentivized to spend and invest it today rather than simply holding it. This keeps money moving through the economy, which supports employment and growth. But there is a cost to this policy, and that cost is paid by anyone holding cash or cash equivalents without adequate return. The deliberate design of modern monetary systems includes the slow erosion of purchasing power for those who do not actively protect their wealth. This is not a conspiracy. It is openly acknowledged monetary policy. But most people never learn about it until they have already lost significant wealth to it. Now let us talk about what actually happens during periods of higher inflation. Because the last several years have reminded an entire generation of what it feels like when inflation runs significantly above target. When inflation accelerates beyond the typical 2 to 3% range, the consequences become visible much faster. Grocery bills that increase meaningfully from one month to the next. Housing costs that price people out of neighborhoods they could afford 2 years earlier. Energy costs that change the math on every budget. Higher inflation periods expose a painful truth about wealth distribution. The people who hold significant assets, real estate, stocks, businesses, commodities, see the nominal value of those assets rise with inflation. Their net worth measured in dollars increases. The people who hold primarily cash and low-yield savings see their position erode. The gap between those who own assets and those who do not widens during inflationary periods. This is not random. It is the mechanical outcome of how inflation interacts differently with different types of holdings. So what do you do about it? What are the specific strategies that protect wealth from inflation and in some cases allow wealth to grow faster than inflation erodes it? Strategy 1 is the most fundamental. Move idle cash into yield. Any cash you hold beyond your emergency fund and short-term savings needs should be earning a return that at minimum keeps pace with inflation. High-yield savings accounts, treasury bonds, certificates of deposit. These instruments do not beat inflation dramatically, but they prevent the worst of the erosion that standard accounts produce. The goal is not to make your cash grow aggressively. The goal is to stop it from shrinking. Strategy 2 is investing in assets that historically outpace inflation. The broad stock market has returned approximately 10% annually over the long term. Inflation has averaged approximately 3%. The real return after inflation, approximately 7%. That 7% represents genuine wealth creation. The purchasing power of money invested in a diversified stock market index has historically grown at roughly 7% per year above inflation over 20 years. This compounds into extraordinary wealth, protection, and growth. Real estate has similar properties. Property values and rental income have historically kept pace with or exceeded inflation over long periods. When inflation rises, the cost to build new housing rises with it, which supports existing property values. When you own real estate, your asset adjusts with inflation rather than being eroded by it. Strategy 3 is avoiding the illusion of nominal growth. This is a psychological trap that catches many people off guard. When you look at your savings account and see it growing from $10,000 to $10,400 over a year, it feels like progress. But if inflation ran at 3% during that year, your $10,400 in nominal terms is worth only $10,100 in real terms. Your actual purchasing power grew by $100, not $400. Measuring wealth in nominal dollars without accounting for inflation consistently overstates your real financial progress. The habit of calculating real returns, nominal return minus inflation rate, is one of the most valuable financial habits you can develop. A stock portfolio that gained 8% in a year with 3% inflation generated a real return of 5%. A savings account that gained 0.4% in a year with 3% inflation generated a real return of negative 2.6%. The nominal numbers tell one story. The real numbers tell the truth. Strategy 4 is shortening the duration of fixed cash commitments during high inflation periods. If you lock money into a fixed rate instrument for 5 years, during a period when inflation subsequently rises significantly, you lose purchasing power for the full duration of that commitment. Shorter-term flexible instruments give you the ability to adjust as the environment changes. This does not mean avoiding all fixed commitments. It means being thoughtful about the duration of any commitment made when inflation conditions are uncertain. Strategy 5 is thinking about your career and income as an inflation hedge. One of the most powerful protections against inflation is an income that can grow with or faster than the inflation rate. People in fields where skills are scarce and in high demand, where negotiating leverage is strong, where the ability to switch employers creates competitive pressure on compensation. These people have a natural inflation hedge built into their economic situation. Investing in skills and capabilities that command higher compensation is not just career development, it is inflation protection. Here is the summary of what we have covered and what you should take from this video. Inflation is not an accident or a failure of the system. It is a designed feature of modern monetary policy. It operates continuously, taking purchasing power from those who do not protect against it, and transferring it in the form of economic activity to those who do. Idle cash in low-yield accounts loses real value every year. The standard savings account is not a safe place to store wealth long-term. It is a place to lose wealth slowly. The protection strategies are not complicated. Move idle cash to yield. Invest in assets that historically outpace inflation. Measure returns in real terms, not nominal. Shorten cash commitment durations during uncertain inflation periods. and invest in skills and income that can grow with or faster than rising prices. The people who build lasting wealth are not the ones who earn the most during calm periods. They are the ones who understood how the system works during all periods and positioned themselves accordingly. You now understand inflation at a level that most people never reach. What you do with that understanding is the only variable left. Leave a comment below. Tell me one thing you are going to change about where your money sits after watching this video. Subscribe to the Wealth Blueprint. Hit the notification bell. The invisible tax is running. Now you know how to fight back.